Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside. Lineup for Boston. Rondo out there with Allen. Then it's Garnett. Then it's Pierce. And it's Perkins in at the center, locking down the middle. Pierce. And it's Perkins in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Memphis. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Edey out there with Jaren Jackson. And it's Wells in at the 3. Jackson. And it's Wells in at the 3. And on paper, Greg, this might seem like a potential bowl, but anything can happen in this NBA.
Kevin, we see it's what makes the sport great. You can't take any team or game for granted.
You often expect him to convert these types of shots, but the D must have made their presence felt to prevent that one.
Kendrick Perkins grabs the miss. Allen passes to Pierce. Celtics passing it around. To the paint. Here's Garnett. And Garnett with the slam.
And how about the power there from KG? He can fly with the best of them.
Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency.
A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Now here's Morant. And then Morant slams it in.
As usual, Morant bringing down the house.
And it's Rondo with the ball for the Celtics. Pass to Allen. The kick out to Pierce. And here in the first, closing it on 2 minutes play. Rondo with it. 6 to shoot. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blows.
And that passion that Garnett plays with is really infectious. He's always talking and trying to get himself and his guys going.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws here for the night.
And last season, when they got themselves to the line, they usually came through as a team up around 81%.
And that one misses.
Wow. What, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Santi Aldama's checked in for Memphis. That one is no good. It's an odd stat, but what I'm going to throw out there anyway, the Memphis Grizzlies set an NBA record last season for players used in a season.
Kevin, this isn't football, right? They had 33 different guys suited up last season. That tells you how difficult it was. Constant change, hard to build chemistry, and let's face it, hard to win games.
Pierce kicks to Rondo. Baseline J on the way. The shot by Pierce, no good.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Aldama gets the bucket.
The dime courtesy of Morant. I'd love to play with John. He's always looking to move that ball.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. He's ready to talk things through with the team. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Clark comes in for Edey, and Pippen subbed in for Morant. Now here's Pierce. Back to Rondo. Pass to Allen. Now here's Garnett. Allen outside. Boston, no good that time either. Memphis leading by 5. It's Pippen on the wing. Here's Bane from the arc. The shot comes out. It's stolen by Aldama. And so the first quarter is in the books. It's the Grizzlies. They lead by 5. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
And so it's Pippen with it. He brings it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. 5-point lead, the biggest of the game. On the court for the Celtics, Perkins is out there with Garnett. Then there's Allen. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Pierce in at the 3. The small forward takes a 3. Aldama with the rebound.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
GA, these Boston Celtics are unquestionably a top-tier offensive unit.
Stupendous shooting, excellent instincts with the ball. Yeah, they are a model offense in many ways, making it tough for many teams to keep up with them.
And here's Rondo. Grizzlies making the shot. And the basket by Pierce.
And when your mechanics are as strong as Pierce's, putting up a quick shot is not that hard.
Pippen, the pass to Aldama. Pippen outside. And Aldama slams it in.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis. Some changes for Memphis. Wells is checked in for Santi Aldama. Bane comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's John Morant in for Pippen. Now here's Morant. Bane, good, and a nice assist from Morant. Morant's got 3 assists tonight. And something that every NBA player has now that maybe they didn't a couple years ago, RJ, their own personal trainer.
Well, it's just a beautiful investment of your own resources back into your body. I love that players are hiring chefs, dietitians, sleep aides, and the teams are hiring them. I love every aspect of it.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, GA, he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
He's just giving them everything he has. It's why his teammates appreciate and enjoy playing with him.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint. Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Here's Clark. Off target from the baseline. Celtics trail by 6. Allen dishes to Pierce. Offline with his 3. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field in the second quarter so far.
This is what Morant does so well. No one can stay in front of him.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And the Grizzlies leading by 8.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
Drains the three-pointer.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Please attention to Singapore and get ready for the band of Courtside 12. The measurement of the shot. 2 balls. Let's hear it for our contestant.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Morant is the point with Bane out on the wing. Jackson is out there with Edey. And it's Wells in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. Memphis leading by 11. And you look at the Grizzlies' defense the last few years. RJ extremely disruptive.
Yeah, they've been top of the league in steals and blocks. That's just a part of the DNA in Memphis. It can be exhausting playing against guys like this. You'd love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss.
Morant drives in. Lays it up off the glass. Morant's got the lead up to 13 now for the Grizzlies.
Working through the lane, Morant, he's got such a great change of speed to keep the defense off.
Rondo against Morant. Here's Garnett. And the rejection by Jackson. Shoots from the right block, and Wells finishes inside. Wells has got 4 this quarter.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Well, I credit some of that to their communication out on the floor. They are attacking as a unit.
And the Celtics making a change here. Davis is checked in. Garnett the pass to Davis. Edey with the rebound.
Nice contest, a high level of energy. That's how you play defense.
Even dating back to his high school days, Desmond Bane was overlooked as a prospect.
Yeah, he wasn't even ranked by any major recruiting services. That just lets you know that the scouts don't always get it right. Then he fell to the 30th pick in the 2020 draft. He's made a lot of teams regret passing on him.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Ja Morant was the first NBA guard in a quarter century to lead the league in points in the paint. He says, I can't just rely on dunking every single play, so I need different types of finishes to get my shot off, whether it's high off the glass, the reverse, or hanging in the air forever. And Kevin, he just says it so casually. Back to you.
I know it. But David, he doesn't do it casually, right? He is a one-man circus.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Here's Pierce. Davis kicks to Pierce. Shoots over Wells. No good off the front iron.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Over to the wing with 1 on the clock. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their transition game has been in full effect. We come back right after this. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page, woo.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. On the floor for Boston, Pierce is out there with Garnett, and it's Rajon Rondo. Then it's Allen, and it's Poe in at the center position. Outside Jackson. Rondo against Morant. Pass to Edey. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And it's so difficult to defend Morant in a pick and roll because not only can he get his own, but he can also create passing angles in very tight spaces.
Garnett can't get it to go. And the Grizzlies leading by 18. Morant outside. Jackson with it. Poe's there. Morant outside. Just 5 on the clock. Launches it. Poe grabs the miss. And so Allen will bring it up for the Celtics. Outside, Pierce. Back to Allen. Outside, Pierce. To the middle. Here's Poe. Good, and Pierce gets the assist. Poe's got his first 2 points of the night.
It looked like he was playing against his little brother out there, the way he just went right over him with his height.
Here's Morant. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. And the Grizzlies lead by 18. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. 1:31 left in the fourth quarter. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Santi Aldama comes in for Jaren Jackson. Jackson, he's checked in for Wells. And Pippen subbed in for Bane. And a change for the Celtics. Perkins, he's checked in for Leon Poe.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Grizzlies.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage plus the pressure defense to force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Ja Morant.
He was just dropping dimes left and right out there. Any opening that the D provided, he exploited it and found his teammates.
And here are the Grizzlies. Morant with a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Garnett, and it's Pierce in the corner. Again, Pierce missing. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. They poured it on tonight, dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Jaren. A young team, but you're going in the right direction. How does a game like tonight help you keep that flow?
It's progress. You know, everything is progress. A win you can learn something from, a loss you can learn something from. So we're taking every little bit of it, and we're just happy to get one at home today.
It's a step in the process, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Ja Morant.
everybody, time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Anderson, alongside Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. On the sidelines, Allie LaForce. And now the Los Angeles Starters. They've got Kobe Bryant, and it's Grant in at the four-man position. And for the Spurs, at forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5, roaming the paint. A couple of rivals going head-to-head here, Clark. You can feel the extra tension in the air.
No doubt about it. That heat is palpable. Everybody wants to be at their best and prove they're the superior team, but the fireworks and friction is real.
Now here's Fox. Here's Vassell. Counted from distance.
The team counts on Vassell for this, a reliable producer of three-point buckets.
Bryant outside. To the inside. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
You know, Clark, with the Lakers, at times it is hard to maintain a sense of continuity.
Boy, it sure is, B.A. I mean, there's always pressure to improve or be at your best, but even more so when you're playing in the glitz and glamour of L.A. and all that history. And because of that, sometimes it can lead to high team turnover when you're playing for the Lakers.
First team foul.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throw of the night.
Kobe Bryant at the line for one.
And that one misses.
The competitiveness and tenacity of Kobe Bryant are really something to behold. He never seems satisfied with his own play, always trying to get a little more out of himself. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
O'Neal. Good D by Wembanyama.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Here's Vassell. Can't get it to drop. Hey, great D that time from Grant. The Lakers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. And then Bryant with the dunk.
Very few athletes are built like Kobe Bryant.
Minute 32 left to play in the first quarter. Now here's Fox. Defense is right there. Here's Vassell. Knocks it down from distance. Vassell's got his second basket on the night.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Pass to Bryant. Count it. All 3 of his attempts have gone in.
This just proves how tough Kobe is. Brushing off the defense inside, a no-brainer.
Vassell finds Barnes. Back to Vassell. Oh, he nails that one. 3 for 4 now.
Precision pass into the post. Well-earned assist.
Here's Bryant. And it's good. 2 points. Bryant's got 8.
Now, that's too easy for Kobe. The closer he gets, the more dangerous he becomes.
Vassell outside. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Three-pointer, Fox. Rebounded by the Lakers. Fisher, pass to O'Neal. Second chance shot. Rebounded by Fox. The Spurs have gone 4 of 7, shooting a solid percentage. The 3 from Wembanyama. Oh, no good on the last second attempt there. Tie game in San Antonio. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
Yeah, and you know, so many of their hoops came off an assist, which is a good sign of ball movement and sharing that ball.
We've got Jeremy Sohan. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Chris Paul. Then it's Keldon Johnson. And it's Champagnie at the 3. So that's who San Antonio starts the second with. And it's out of bounds. The Spurs able to retain possession here.
Great read to get a hand in there and disrupt the play.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Johnson for 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
I like Johnson's focus at the perimeter. He's pretty careful about when he shoots the 3.
And Bryant, here we go. Oh, wow! Oh,
Watch out below.
big finish.
Boy, Kobe wanted to dish out some pain with that one. He put some hurt on the rack there.
San Antonio leading. Now here's Paul. Inside. Here's Fox. He takes it in. And Fox powers it home.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there.
Boy, that was a great dunk, and we've got a great game here.
Well, Grant, with players getting bigger and more athletic, do you support moving the restricted area out?
The NBA, I would. We've seen a lot of injuries when defenders slide underneath elevated players on the drive. So cutting down that risk makes a lot of sense.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. For San Antonio, Barnes, he's checked in for Champagnie. And Castle subbed in for Chris Paul. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. And here's Fox. Puts up a 3. It's hauled in by Kobe. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Assistant.
Bryant's got
Scoring machine.
and keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Ryan, there's a lot of room for growth for the Spurs, even with their rising star, Victor Wembanyama, who said, I know it's not going to be easy. It's going to take some time before we contend for a title. I'm ready for anything and ready to sacrifice. I'm patient, but I'm not wasting time. Ryan, plenty of motivation.
Chasing greatness is what they're doing, Allie. 1:02 left in the first half. Ooh, Fox making them pay from deep.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Bryant, left side. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Well, that's just a heads-up play. Kobe doing a really good job drawing the foul and still getting the shot off.
And this is his second and third free throws tonight. A different look for San Antonio. Victor Wembanyama's checked in for Sohan. Vassell comes in for Johnson. And it's Paul in for De'Aaron Fox. And both free throws good for Bryant. And so it's Vassell who brings up the ball for San Antonio. Outside Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama reaches. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. Announcements were discussed during halftime. The Lakers trail. And so in the game for Fox, in at the 3.
No need to rush it.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
And we've a breather and talk things over.
Coming out of the floor for your Spurs,